Alright, the stream is on and everything seems to be working as planned. That is nice. Honey is in the house. What's up with maniacs? I don't know. What's up with the guys? Where is everybody? Huh? We're getting ready here in a second like usual, you know. I'm expecting so much more people dropping in tonight because we are going to talk about the past. Most mystified moving card magic. The past, the past, the past. It's gonna be a great session, I believe so. Just looked into the tricks of this chapter. Some nice stuff in there. You know the drill. Get yourself a deck of cards out. Make it quality time for yourselves. We're getting started right now. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Yes. Now I don't forget this time to drop the volume down a little bit here. Last time I was talking super important stuff again, like I usually do, you know. And the music was super loud, but I fixed this today. That's great. Just gonna turn the volume a little bit down on my headphones, and then I'm gonna be all right. Very nice. Here we go. Hey there, everybody. Currently 3 folks watching. Honey already said hi. Hi, Honey. Awesome you're tuning in. Today we are in section 12 of the Royal Road to Card Magic, the pass. And I'm excited to do this again, since the pass is such a hyped and mystified move. We learn a little bit about the history of the pass in this very book, a little bit about the history of written magic. And, of course, we're going to take a brief look into the handling of the pass, the keynotes, and my approach on the move, of course. Just that you know, as usual, in the info cards, guys, as well as in the info box, there are 2 tutorial series linked. One covering the pass, all the in and outs, all the details, everything you need to know to catch up later in case you haven't mastered the pass yet. Yeah. And also, of course, I linked the tutorial series, No Limits of Control, all the basics in card control. It's a very rich tutorial series also running on my channel. And this is also really relevant. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit. Because, as you know, I've been following Hugues and Broe, the authors of the Royal Road to Card Magic, very closely. So we took their advice and we followed them chapter by chapter to get the greatest learning results out of this lecture. And so far, Hugues and Broe were always spot on. However, in this chapter, there is a tiny little notion, which is, however, very big, something huge, you know, a little subtlety where I want to point something very important out. Because, of course, as usual, we are working here, we are looking here to hold stuff strictly under a performance situation, you know. Our goal is Shit. One, two, one, two, one, two. Okay, guys, I'm back on track here. How long has the sound been off? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Whatever I said, I'll repeat myself anyways. This is a problem here with the cable, so that I try not to touch the microphone so much. I apologize. I'm terribly sorry. Now, before we get started, before we dive into the chapter, I want to first of all, of course, thank all of you guys for your support, for your engagement, and especially, of course, obligatory, all you patrons out there, all you maniacs who decided to support me also financially on a monthly basis for what I'm doing here. This is so great. It means so much to me. And as a matter of fact, the Discord, our Discord channel, is working very well, and you guys are completely getting to know each other, and you're discussing really important topics there. I wanna share this with you a little bit here, because I have been doing some polls here on my channel. I asked, what is your goal in Magic? And freaking 63 people. Hey, Naira Smith, welcome to the show. Mark F, entire time no sound. Okay, and that's a tragedy. It is as if the video got claimed, and then I would have did this with another live stream, and then I just muted all the areas, so it doesn't really matter. Now we hear now you can hear me, and everything's all right. So what is your goal in Magic? 63 freaking people answered. Just want to learn some tricks for fun. That's 67% of 63 people. Then I want to become a decent working pro magician, I'm making a living out of it. That's 25%. And here's the fun part about this. But for a very long time, when we think of when we take it under the time period, under the whole time period of reaching your goal from starting, for a very long time, I believe. Your journey is quite the same as someone who just wants to learn tricks as a hobbyist, and someone who wants to become a professional. But because at a certain point there's a huge drift of what you have to focus on, to get there. And then 5% are delusional, believing they're going to be the next David Copperfield, and 3% are not are still virgins, and they have to work on this problem first. Max Stevenson House, hello. And also I asked you, because I was really curious, what gives you the most trouble in card magic? And then 43 votes. I need to improve my card handling skills. 37% went for this option. I need to improve my performance skills. 33%. So this is quite balanced. And here's the thing, also this, of course, is very connected. You need a certain amount of card handling skills in order to go out there and improve your performance skills. But you do not need to have so much card handling skills in order to go out there and make your first experiences performing. I have a hard time choosing the best tricks for me, 12%. This is also really important aspect, choosing the right tricks, being very selective about what you put into your repertoire, and then also how you connect it. And as we know, the journey on the Royal Road to Card Magic, at pretty much the last chapter, is all about routining acts, basically, so that we get, after making the first big step at a certain time, starting performing just a couple of tricks maybe, and then some small routines like 3 or 4 tricks in a row, and then just building it up from there. And then 19%, almost 20% says, my nerves, dude, I'm always a wreck whenever I give it a shot. And yes, of course, also this is related. This is one of the most troubling or the most challenging things to go out there and to experience this stage fright. And this is, of course, a problem that's my emails popping up. This is of course a problem for all performing arts. As a matter of fact, I know magicians or poetry slammers who have that terrible stage fright, and for some it never went away, and there are even drugs out there on the market to calm your nerves before hitting stage. But in general, this is something you can get under control if you don't push yourself too hard. You know, of course, if you put yourself into an environment where you are absolutely insecure and there's a lot of pressure, then the problem is much bigger than when you make it walk step by step into more, what would I say, responsibility or more stressful situations, right? And that's kind of common sense, and then this polls kind of got you guys going wild in Discord. On our Discord channel. First of all, I want to read the comment here by Nairosmith, who wrote at everyone, you guys really rock. I made it from a zero to real enthusiast and intermediate in just 8 months. You keep me on track, and I always enjoy your conversations. I'm so glad that you're having such a great time and that you're progressing so well. And it's kind of the same for me. The interaction with you guys and doing these live streams, walking through the road to card magic, recapping a lot of things for me, or also, and today I'm going to also learn a trick which I've never read about, which I never did, and we're going to work with a little silk here. We have some props today in play, or we're using the pass, and then there comes the hat again and the silk. Let's see how this works out. Anyways, this is really cool that this works so well for you, Nairosmith. And then you see here in Discord, just to talk a little bit more about this performance aspect, because this is where we're heading now. The pass now is understanding how to use the pass is very close to understanding and to realizing how a performance actually works. And so it just happened accidentally. I found some stupid GIF here with Ben Stiller, and then I realized how much of an influence Ben Stiller is to me as a performer. And I wrote here that Ben always managed to be visible behind the masquerade he's pulling off. So you always see Ben Stiller and behind this kind of the character. And I thought this was just interesting to mention. And I will put out a video sooner or later where I will go deeper into this thought, because this is the situation we are in as magicians. We are acting the magician, the role of a magician, and a part of us, of course, is always visible in different degrees. And I mentioned this because Flying V wrote something about his performance experiences to the poll. I would just want to read this to you guys also, because it was I thought it was so thoughtful. He writes, I think it's very useful and introspective question to ask. I voted I need to improve my performance skills. The way I see it and experienced it in my fairly novice point of view is that there is a huge difference in learning tricks, practicing them, and then performing them to other people. That is just so true. It is another dimension, basically. I mean, you can have great card handling skills and practicing all the fancy slides, but no real life. But in real life suck as a performer. On the other hand, you can practice really simple tricks even if they are self-working and be a great performer. Exactly. And that is so important here when we talk also about the past now, that you should walk this road. You should go with you should get the basic stuff, the fundamental principles at your fingertips. You really should understand them, and you should work on becoming a decent performer as soon as possible, which will give you the experience to make conscious choices about what techniques, what slides you will put into your repertoire, respectively what effects you want to add into your repertoire, because they work with your performance style, they work with the way you're doing it. And of course then this begs the question, what techniques am I going to use to do this? And this might lead, for example, to the result to say I found out that cards is not my main thing and I want to do some other stuff, but still I love cards. And then you just give it a 3 months or 6 months with a Svengali deck, and then you do only a Svengali routine among other favorite things you do in magic, and it will work perfectly for you, and you will perform this very often and progress as a magician in general, and you've never wasted your time practicing the past because you simply don't need it, right? So this is the thing. First things first, step by step, and then we get there. Of course, as card magicians, if you specialize on cards, and this is also what Hugat and Brouet say, the pass is a very effective technique which enables you to do great, perform great magic, and at a certain point you just wanna learn it. Nyrus Smith keeps on here. Things I stumble is flying we. Things I stumble upon is building or being a character. My patter timing, maybe a bit of distraction tailored to the script you have in your head, and then there is the distraction from the audience who's burning your hands and commenting on every move you make. As a magician, I think it's common to profile yourself as a guy who knows what he's doing, be confident and sometimes a little bold. But if that is not your nature, things could get ugly. If you mess up, you can get nervous and lose the capability to clean up a mistake, and therefore mess up the whole trick. That's my 2 cents on a very interesting question. Maybe something to discuss on Discord. Yeah, well, as you can see, I think this is so rich. I just pulled this out here. Yes, again, this is this thing. You are playing the magician, and of course, people expect something from you as a magician. And of course, for a certain time, you follow your idols. You know, you try to do it like this one, or you stick very close to the script of the tricks you've learned from a book like The Royal Road to Card Magic. But what you want to do then is, while you get your experience and you want to move on, you want to find your own persona, your own character. You want to discover the magician that only you can be. And this is what this is all about. This is my perspective. This is my end goal for everything I'm teaching, for everything I'm learning. I try to put this in this context. So Nyrus Smith forgot his book at home. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. In the corner. Ronald Faber, thanks to OTHMARIUS for doing these sessions. Great help. Awesome, Ronald. You're very welcome. So, and then Flying We writes, once again, I thought a lot about this lately. Nyrus Smith then writes in response to Flying We, that's a very interesting topic. I thought a lot about this lately. I'm a very nerdy geek. I'm a software developer, love physics and electronics. This personality and my patter works very well for me, for my colleagues and most of my friends, but it limits me and my target audience. Most people don't care about quantum mechanics thinking, right? And here's the thing, you are in a certain way right, but you're also in a certain way completely wrong. Look, this is your power. This is your core. This is who you are. You are a specialist on physics, electronics, as a software developer. So you can, and this character is available there, right? You can play this kind of, lecturing professor type of guy who explains the world. Of course, this is a cocky character, and you have to play it. You got to be very playful with this. But I just mentioned this because we have here on the Royal Road here in one of the tricks, like a premise. So next to the setup, to the design of the trick, we have here this line, this what you tell your spectators here, and you would say here, as a suggestion by Hugat and Brouet, everything in nature is vibrating. Since this is so, cards also vibrate, and to find your card, I have only to measure the vibration of each card. So this is also already kind of very physical. Now, so just connect these two dots and make it your own, and bring it into kind of your language, and you're good to go. You got something to work with, and then you can think about some jokes you bring in there, you rehearse them, and when you go out and you give it a try, you will find if it's working or not. And this is basically how every stand-up guy does it. And I'm watching a lot of stand-up lately. I love stand-up so much. You know, just these guys go out just with a microphone, and they immediately build a very close relationship with their audience, and they try to be funny. And this is really, really, really hard. And they just every stand-up guy who made it to a certain level, they've been in the clubs. They play every freaking night. As a matter of fact, I have a friend who's just making a career here in Germany as a stand-up comedian, and at a certain point he was on stage, and he still is every night, right? And by the way, this is the difference between the layman, or not the layman, the hobbyist, or the the hobbyist and the professional. If you want to do this professional, at a certain point you have to make a commitment, which I've never made with nothing in my life, basically, to go full throttle. And then because this is just how you learn it. You can't become an outstanding performer if you do not perform. Easy as that. You're right. So stuff going on in the chat. Let me go back here. By the way, I've got the link in the for the Discord server in the info box. If you guys are watching this, want to tune in there and check it out, you're very, very welcome. And here I play the trailer again. What am I doing? So what's up in the chat? You'll be fine, Naira Smith. What cards is everyone using? I'm using stats. Well, I'm using the deck Flying We sent me here. The I don't even know what's the Copax right now, but of course I've got always a bee with me. I've got always a bicycle with me, and I've got always a tally ho with me. These are my favorite things, you know. And if I would have to make a choice to take only one thing with me on an island, I would try to argue that these cards are just one thing. You know, these 4 decks are just one thing. So the Magic Corner says, good afternoon all. Good afternoon, Magic Corner. Deckhead says, I'm learning a lot. A couple things that I wish I knew at the start. Don't just skip learning and practicing the things that look easy. They're made to look easy, like the overhand shuffle. Exactly, yes, exactly. I always say there's no easy in Magic. There is no easy in Magic. And the overhand shuffle and the things I can do with the overhand shuffle, I practice actually for a very long time. Probably I practice the overhand shuffle more carefully than the pass, because I'm a smart guy. Okay, guys. Let's take a look at the card table, right? And once again, for everybody who's tuning in right now, we got currently nine people watching. Links in the info box for tutorials, for a whole tutorial series on the pass and a tutorial series on catching a pinky break. You know, controlling the card with the pinky break and cutting techniques. So, now the first thing I want to point out before I go into the handling here. In the most cases here, we will find with the tricks that the placement of the pass, the moment where you perform the pass actually, is the key for performing the pass successful. Now we learn here, very funny enough, tricks who got in what we call 1 or 2 minute tricks, or what's the other term they give us here? Man, I just underlined it. Where is it? Fast trick. Quick tricks, something that has a very strong, maybe also visual impact on your spectator. Something that you do very, very fast. This is what card magic is dominated by today. These visual, flashy, not flashy, but visual effects that have a strong impact. And since the media of camera, of YouTube videos and compilation videos is so dominant these days, there is the idea out there that magic or performing magic is like kind of this row of one strong effect after another. And this is very, very wrong. In real life performance situations, you don't want to do that. You want to play something very strong and visual at a certain momentum in your performance, depending on the whole premise, on the whole setup, on the dynamic you want to build. It's almost like composing, routining your act. And You want to build a relationship with your audience, so you don't want to get into a situation where the audience is kind of passive and they just get knocked out by one thing after another. You want to get into an interaction with your audience. You want them to engage with their imagination, with their emotions, and you cannot do this by just hitting them with one thing after another. And funny enough, because this is so popular today, the pass already also has become one of these things where you have them kids to practice the pass like crazy, and it's got to be the fastest pass, you know. I'm just so, and the invisible pass, and it's a drama, it's a tragedy, because the pass has never been designed for something like this. And the first thing I noticed, and this is kind of synopsisizing the most the richest thing here in this chapter for me when it comes about the pass. So the pass is placed somewhere, and then the effect is used quite some time later. And also the pass, when the pass is performed, there's always a kind of a natural misdirection that comes with the design of the trick. In one case here, where the spectator takes the card. This is a trick. It's the first trick I want to look into with you guys. So that is the most important thing here. The pass is not to be meant to be performed when your hands are burning, and Hugard and Brouet basically recommend to perform the pass in an offbeat and use it as a get ready for another effect. And the best tricks I know of where the pass is used are using the pass in that manner. And there is a DVD set of the Royal Road to Card Magic by I forgot his name. Wait, I gotta look this up. Royal Road to Card Magic DVD. I'm so bad with names. I have to yes, by Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson. Which is a very and I don't have any advertisement content or something. It's just like, if you're studying the Royal Road to Card Magic, this is and you really want to see somebody who just put a lot of effort into this. This DVD set is absolutely recommended. And there's a bonus trick in there somewhere where the pass is used so cleverly and exactly in the manner how it's supposed to be used. And I believe Wilson is also pointing this out. I don't have the trick now in my head. I couldn't synopsisize it for you right now, but I remember when I saw it, where it said, that is an absolutely fantastic trick. And this is how you have to use the pass. And we will find this here also. So, if you use the pass for an ambitious card effect, you know, like something, oh, the card comes to the top, that would just be a waste. And this just proves or shows that the person who thinks that has the idea that's supposed to be used like that has really a huge lack of understanding the basic concepts of what we are doing here. Now, of course, maybe the only main thing that I can tell you, which I've seen done wrong for most of the time, is the position of the index finger. So you get into the basic grip here. This is the grip, and the index finger is taking part in the action of pulling the deck from the top. And also, what makes it look so much better, and actually what helps to build the tension, so that when the deck gets into a vertical position, to have it flip back into the palm of the hand, when the left hand thumb runs as parallel as possible to the left long side, right? And then the other keynote is that the lower portion is only clipped between thumb and middle finger, pretty much at the left third of the short sides, and the other fingers, of course, they stay close. And this is where you pull it off. And you see, even from this angle, this is absolutely flashy. It's the risk of flashing with the pass is there is no way around it, basically. And just because it doesn't matter how, even if you pull it off extremely fast and super casual, because I know I've seen kids performing a pass like what, unbelievable, actually. But it wouldn't change the basic problem of this move, right? However, to perform a decent pass, the index finger plays this big role, and it is a drag. It is a pain in the ass to get this thing going in the first place, right? And that's just what you got to walk through. Now, but the goal, and really that is, I can't stress this enough, is to get a casual handling, and this what I pull off right now is good enough for a real performance situation. It is all you need, right? Of course, there are other techniques, variations. You can give it a little more cover and a little more reason. This is what I like to do. But once again, this is not following the advice of Hogarth and Brouet when we have a spectator's card, right? And I close the cards with the spread, and immediately when I square them up, I immediately perform the pass, right? So this is this is not how Hogarth and Brouet teach it. They would basically teach you that you first catch a pinky break and then go into the action of passing at a specific point in time. And as a matter of fact, sometimes this is actually needed because something else is happening, and you need to have this break naturally. So keep the break there. But if you have the chance, of course, you can perform it faster or immediately after the cards gets lost in the deck, and then covering it underneath within this motion of squaring up the cards helps a lot. And yet still, I'm not talking about the people burning my hands, because just as I point out very, very clearly in the tutorial series No Limits of Control, and also my tutorial series on the past, in this moment here, when the card gets lost in the deck, from a spectator's point of view, it's done. So when I just catch a pinky break right now, the spectators are already looking up, and if I now stay kind of in a natural motion mindset, and I progress naturally with what is going to happen, because spectators after this, so the card has been selected, the card has been lost, the next logical thing expected is what's happening next. So they look up when you look up, when you take your attention away from the cards, and when you try this for the first time, and then controlling with a double undercut, for example, you will be amazed how big the window of opportunity actually is. It's crazy. Sometimes people, I will shoot the performance to this because the angle here is absolutely not satisfying. But what I like to do, to do 3 of hearts here with a cover pass, and I want the spectator to actually look at the cards, and from a spectator's point of view, you wouldn't see this flashing right now because they're looking from upside. I do the standing, and I would say, now you're seeing the card in the deck, and I do the squaring up, go in there, and the top card now, that is not so far away from the card you selected. It's also a hearts. It's only a few steps away. Now look at the card, and then you will find the card. Now this was really poorly performed. Now I didn't follow my own advice. I just did it in the middle, and then I performed this color change. So and to make this effect really work, when I perform the cover pass, I have to say to the spectators at this point, so that's your card. And here I say, keep your eyes on the deck. Keep your eyes on the deck. Well, yes, now everybody would have seen this, but at this point I say, keep your eyes on the deck, because I want to create this illusion of the cards basically just been squared up after the card has been placed there in the deck. Because when I don't do this, at this point, spectators naturally look up and say, yeah, what's happening next? And this is your window of opportunity. And at the point where they look up and you perform a pass like this, you're done. The next time they look back again, they it's not in their minds, you know. Another variation I love. We are here in the Royal Road to Card Magic. We get the ruffle pass, which I never got working in my hands. I just dismissed it. And we got the spread pass, where we do the pass and immediately after that we spread the cards. I never found this reasonable. So I decided for myself to use the dribble as my go-to, and also I have the dribble pass explained in detail in my tutorial series on the pass. Links in the info box, links in the info cards. Okay, what did I do now? I just did something stupid on my computer. Anyways, we got now currently 11 folks watching. You're welcome. I'm just giving you right now kind of a brief insight into my handling of the pass. So I like to have a spectator select the cards with the dribble, and then I say, look, I really point this out. Look, I just buried the card in there. And now I'm in the same position. Now, for spectators, it is done. As I gather the cards, the attention is always up, and I just give it another dribble. That's it. That's how I do it. And I'm having good results with it. And you can see, except for this extreme in-jog I created here, which, again, laymen don't realize it's not so much of a big of a deal. I'm not staying in this position too long. But they don't know it. This having the cards dribble on there, for them, that just means the card gets lost. And then I catch my break by coming up, and then I just immediately perform the dribble pass. And I perform it pretty high. Because I have the card, I say, look, I have the cards drop down, and you say stop at any time, right? And the spectator says yes, so stop there. I show the card. I say memorize the card, or you can have them put it back. Look, I dribble all the other cards here on top, right? And then I dribble them once again at the point where the attention goes away, and I've got the card controlled. Very nice, because combined with the dribble force. And can I get the force here? What we got on top here? Two of what was it? Two of hearts, right? The dribble force, which I don't do very often, but it's very nice. So you have the spectator say stop at any time, and I lost it. Jesus. Let's do this once again with what you get on top. 9 of diamonds. So dribble, spectator says stop. You end with the 9 of diamonds, and say, okay, we lose the card in the deck, and then bang, we got it. Now I have a card forced, I have a card controlled, I have it all done in the moment, or from the spectator's point of view, where the card has fairly been selected and fairly been lost in the deck again. Because all they see is me doing this dribble 3 times. Once to explain, once to get the card, and once just because I need to control it to the top, you know. But this is burning magic, or this is very risky magic. You don't have to be so fierce and so bold. You can always, and it's always safer to put distance between the crime and yourself, right? So a little bit. Let me look a little bit into your comments. What you guys are up to? So you're with the cards. Narius must usually use standard bicycle and tally-ho. Daggett said, I'm learning a lot, a couple of things that I wish I knew. Okay, that I already had. A good afternoon all, just hi all. Hi. Mike Fenwick, if you're still there, welcome to the show. Narius said, I often flash like hell, but none recognize it. Casualty is absolutely key. I don't even try to misdirect the spectator. Just try to behave like there is nothing interesting going on at that point, which is kind of misdirecting. You know, here's the thing about misdirection: is extremely subtle, so subtle. You know, it's really so subtle. Sometimes it's just enough for this situation when you want to perform a pass to bring your attention up from the cards. The people follow you, and there is this opportunity window from a spectator's reference point, a black spot, a visual and a mental black spot, because the brain just, you know, connects what it has seen on the horizontal before that. He tries to add those things, and in that time, everything below, everything on the vertical is cut off. And this is where you place your pass, and that's how it becomes invisible. And at this point, once again, the cards close or the cards get lost, and for a spectator, it's natural now, and they're very satisfied with it. Very satisfied. What's next? And if you are calm, cool, if you stay on that level with them, you're done. And you just need to master the pass in a manner so that you can perform it so casual and so relaxed and in an okay speed, that you don't have to bring any attention with your thoughts to it, so that you completely natural can just go like so. What are we gonna do now? I did a mistake. Now I went up with my tone at where I bring it. So asking a question, I'm wondering why would and there you do it. So you come up, and I'm just showing this here, right? So you're down, your hands are down, right? You come up and you say, so now I'm wondering what we got to do next, right? And then you perform the pass, and it's done. And there is actually no. If you once realize how easy that is, and you're not going to be stressing out. Don't do it at first. Use the pinky break. Use the double undercut or any other cut to control the card in first place, and you will get a feel for it. And in the meantime, while you get your performance practice and your performance experience, you can practice the pass at home. And never rush. I try to do my slides as slow as possible. That's still faster than it feels. Exactly. Yes, exactly. And of course, I have, to say, if you are aiming, and this is once again, this common sense. If your goal is to shoot the craziest cardistry and magic compilation videos for YouTube or whatever social media, we're talking something very different. And you can completely ignore performance skills, because all you got to do is get the shot of the perfect move, and then you edit it nice with cool music, and you got it, and it's done. And it's fair enough. Doesn't mean, trust me, it's not easy to shoot something to shoot a very beautiful color change or any other technique, or a diagonal palm shift, to shoot it so that also because who's watching this? Magicians or people who are interested in the topic, and usually magicians, and they're very critical audience, so they will say, "Oh, I for a microsecond, the muscle next to your thumb has been showing some movement. You flashed, right? So what is your audience?" I personally, of course, when I do my tutorial series pilots, I always try to get a performance super crisp for the camera, of course, because I want to build a reputation. And when you do this is a very high practice on card handling, very high practice. Whatever practice. What do I want to say? So you learn a lot, you practice a lot, because you see it, you watch it, and you want to get it perfect. And yeah, of course, the better your card handling, the smoother your slides, the less you have to worry about your hands, the more you can put effort into your performance, the more you can be with your audience, right? So this is just a balance thing. You got to balance this out for yourself, what you want to do. First trick in the book. So, now we have this trick, and I'm not going to going into the oh no, this is the Kangaroo card. What am I? Alright, this is the first trick. Let me see if I can recap this. Oh, let's go through this step by step. Smoothly following feet for excellent practice. Have a spectator shuffle the pack and then place it face downwards in your left hand. So a spectator has been shuffled the cards. So and then you have him indicate the point where he wishes you to cut the cards. So usually I would do this with a thumb riffle. I say stop me anytime, right? And now we're selecting a card. Now spectator selects a card, any card. Now this was not a force or something, that was just a normal thing. We have any card. And then you have him pick it out and show to everybody what card it is, and you have to place it back. And then you announce that you can make the card. And I never tried this because we're now going to use the slip cut technique. So by tapping onto the cards, you can make the thing. You can make the card disappear. So yeah, so you tap for first time, and you make the card disappear. When you do it for the third time, and you blow, and then one more time, you blow. Now check out your card. And the spectator takes the card, and he takes a card out, and this is what I was talking about. Now the spectator takes a card, and he finds, to his very surprise, that the card is not there anymore, his card. And while the spectator is realizing this is when you perform the pass, but you don't close it, you just want to stay in this position again. So the next time the spectator looks down, nothing has changed, right? And this is how the pass works. And I like this trick here so much, and I like that Hugade and ROyAL choose this trick very much, because it just shows you what it is. And if you give it a try, if you go out there and you perform it, and you end up in this position after the pass, and the spectator looks down again, and he just accepts this, what they will, you will realize, this is how it works, you know, just by experience. And this is this thing. Spectator looks down, looks up, is misdirected here by actually experiencing this magical moment. And while you do, you shift the cards, and when it comes back again, the packages are shifted. Now the spectator's card is on top. You say, you know what, let's reverse the whole thing. Spectator puts the card back. You do the same thing, right? You tap one time. Oh, you blow. You do it a third time. You blow. You do it a second time, a third time. Hey, here's your card. Spectator finds this card again. Very magical. Now we have to talk about this other problem with this trick, and that is, how do we perform in this situation the slip cut so that it works? I have no freaking idea, actually. I would have to think about it. They don't give us more advice here. So this is something that I don't necessarily would deem easy, because we are in this moment where we tap down and blow, or they don't say even blow. You just tap down, and you tap a third down. So the first one is a sucker move, the second one is the move, and the third one is another sucker move. So yeah. So now would you just try? And I'm wondering right now, would I just try to hide it by perfect execution? Or would I also try to hide it when I to kind of a misdirection here? They don't give us much on this, really. So you would have to practice, or I would have to practice now the slip cut thing to get a feel for it. How would I do it? I mean, I know a decent slip cut force. I guess I have a tutorial out on this one, but this gives me trouble, because I'm here in a situation burning and slip cutting the card. So if you have any tips or any advice here, how you would riddle this, how you would solve this, just let me know about it. This is interesting. But we can see here at this point the ROyAL Road to Card Magic kind of, you know, of course, yeah, we had the double lift. This is not easy as well, but now we're getting into an area where our hands are doing a little bit more sophisticated work, right? These are very specific slides used to a very very specific end. Yeah. Leaf smiles is nows. Heavy hand movements and sound effects. Heavy hand movements and sound effects. There's this here, this more. How do I do this? Because you see it, of course. So I like this? No, I have this idea like, or is it just a camera angle? I would know. I would need to, and I would need to mirror now. Yeah. Where? This is an option, like going like this. Wait. No. I'm tapping. I'm tapping. I'm grabbing. I'm going like this. Yeah. Okay. So I would go away from. I would go away like this. Oh no! Wait. Oh no! I know. Actually, I know how to do this. Ah, it's very fast. You perform it very fast. Yeah, well, this is a classic slipcast for it. I did a tutorial out on this one. Why am I having trouble here? Because it's a different context. Yeah, you should get your hats for the kangaroo trick. That's funny because I get my hat already. I have my hat here for the kangaroo trick. I get the hat. Stupid. So there's this version here of this really fast one, but I'm down and I'm not getting it, so I'm not satisfied with this. Anyways, you see, this is something where it becomes a little tackle, and maybe I would do it like this. I said, look, I tap, yeah, like this. I come, I get the card. Look, when I tap, I can make your card disappear. This, yeah. Now I got a knack out of it. Now I have to make it. Have to make it a little more elegant. So my fingers got to be closed. I come in, I bend the card actually in an up motion, and then I go. Wait, why did I lose it again? This is bullshit. How did I do this now? And also now I'm just working for one camera angle. Did you see what I mean about this? Working for a camera instead of working with an audience. I would try to find a solution in front of a mirror that satisfies my own eyes, because I know when my own eyes accept it, everybody else's eyes will accept it, because I have freaking eagle eyes. I have freaking eagle eyes. Anyways, so that's the trick. I believe this is a very nice trick, and I believe it's absolutely worth getting this at your fingertips, because you have you make the card of the spectator disappear and reappear right there on the top of the pack you hold in your left hand. Very nice, and it's something that you can you have it when you master it. You have it. If you can bring it up, you can do it anytime you please, everywhere in the middle of your world famous routine, because you're bored. You have performed it for trillions of times, and there's thousands of other magicians who copy your act. And then you say, you know what? I just put this in there to spice my ride, you know? Okay, kangaroo trick. Ah, the kangaroo trick. It is just as stupid as it gets. Now, you know, the book was published in 1951, 1948 and 1951. And then republished by Dover, since it's public domain, 1999. Right, and we already get 2019, right? Oh man, time's so fast. Can you believe this? We are so freaking in the future. We are so freaking in the future, it's crazy. So, people are not wearing those kind of hats anymore on a regular basis. So, probably in the 50s, you could say, there would be a guy or a gent, at least one, if not everybody, having a hat. I'm assuming, I don't know, I haven't lived in that period of time. I just know it from telly. I just know it from the movies. Okay? So, but I guess, you know, this is another quick trick here, where you can do something very nice. And basically, what is it? It is a card selected, a card lost in the deck, though controlled to the top of the deck, and in this case, with the pass. And they don't even tell you. Have a card selected and returned to the deck, forming a break above it as described under spread and break. See page. As well as fair, at the same time, riffle the cards and make the riffle pass. Yeah, so they just suggest, you know, to make the riffle pass. I would do this with the dribble pass if I wanted to play it fast. Select a card, any card. 2 of spades, very nice. 2 of spades. Now I've lost it. Let me show you something with the 2 of spades. I lost it. Once again, selecting a card. We got a 4 of spades, and then I control it to the top with a dribble pass. And now I have the hat here, and what I do now, I place. Now camera works in a manner so that you can see it. So that now you saw it. So that I place the deck into the hat. Oh fuck! What am I doing? It's got to go into the hat right there. So it's into the hat, and now, ladies and now you should not supposed to see it. Stupid. So I got the cards in there, and now the kangaroo card, because every card, you're not supposed to see that angle, because every card comes, you're not supposed to see it. Every card, but I have to turn it like this to make the snap, and then you make it jump out of the hat. Does it even work? I don't know. See? So this is a stupid card production basically, but I want to make it work. Wait, let's go up here. So this is what. So I have the top card, or I have the card on the top, and I say, and I have to have this cruncher. What is it? No, this is the camera. I need to say, look, my hat. Now I place the cards. I place the cards into the hat, right there in the hat. Look, and now every deck has a kangaroo card or whatever you say. This is this typical board. I don't know. I never practiced this. How do I hold this? Like this, maybe like this, and then you say, look, the kangaroo card. And now I killed the spectator. This worked really well. No, I just shut it out there. So let's try this once again. A little softer, like this. Oh yeah, the card comes jumping out. So you shoot the card out of the deck. Hey, I did it for the first time. Great job. Come on, thumbs up for this one. I got it now. Easy peasy. What is it? It is a card control to the top, and then it is just shooting the card out of there. This is nice, actually. I've learned something new today. Because since as you can see, I have a hat, and this doesn't. This looks only this looks only so shitty because I have my headphones on. But look at this. And with a real haircut, whenever man, it could look like a. You know what I'm missing now? Right now, I'm missing my gun. Where's my gun? Where's my gun? Yeah. You guys want to see my gun? Turning myself into a freaking cowboy here. Like, look at my gun. That's my gun. Yeah, like really nice old piece. That's I bought this in a toy store. I bought this in a toy store, and it looks super realistic, and it feels super heavy. That's my toy gun. When I feel like going out and robbing a bank or something. This is not recommended. You know, kids, don't take a toy gun and try to rob a bank. It's going to end badly. This is really heavy metal. I bought it. Now it's something. Now story time. OTHMARIUS goes into storytelling mode, and all the kids are excited. Yes, everybody. So all the kids are excited. So where are we? What I want to say, right? Story time. It's the first routine I ever designed. I call it tension, and I wanted to shoot it. And at the end, for a YouTube video, at the end, I wanted to lay this gun on the table, and I say, and this brings a lot of tension to the table, or something like this, some bullshit like this, you know. And that's why I bought it, and I never shot this video. And I still remember this so vividly because it was the first time I ever designed a whole little routine, and I wanted to shoot a YouTube video out of it. And now, as I think about it, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should give this video a little bit of priority, if I still can remember it, because I didn't write it down. I just shot one one walkthrough of the thing. It's nice. It incorporates the world's best card trick. And it's kind of a color-changing thing where the aces at the end appear, kind of a triumph color change combination, you know, in a gambling theme. I don't know. Am I using the pass there? I don't know. Story time is over. Everybody back to work. Please open your books on page 160 and 161. Yeah. So here is something very nice. Nothing pleases an audience more than to catch the infallible wizard in an apparent failure. They enjoy his discomfiture for the moment, then are amazed and intrigued when he emerges triumphant. Yeah, right. This is this little game we can incorporate in our performances, like to seemingly make a mistake, but then yet we are triumphant. Right. So have a pack shuffled and take it back, and have any card removed and noted. Do it, OTHMARIUS, bring us tension. Yeah. Here's this other thing. I don't know if this trend is still out there, but I found it, I don't know, a year ago. People very often, but I also found dudes who did it. Girls with huge boobs who would just whisper in the microphone, and they would whisper nonsense just like that. And those videos, they had millions of views, and all these lonely virgins, lonely adult virgins out there, like totally excited in the chat. And it's like, oh man, we're living in sometimes this world is so sad. There's people working their asses off to produce decent content, and there's people who just shoot into this and whisper in the microphone, and then they rock and roll. Different. I believe I already mentioned this. It doesn't matter. It's something that just popped into my head because Nyrosmith was saying something kind of strange. Have the pack shuffled, take it back, and have any card removed and noted. Have the card replaced and pass it to the top. So we have a card selected, and then we pass it to the top. But of course, you can just catch a pinky break, and you can double undercut it to the top if you please, right? Shuffle over and running 7 cards above the chosen card, which becomes the 8th card from the top. So now here comes the overhand shuffle, right? So we run 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We in-jog, we shuffle over, and then we undercut. Bang. So we got a card on in the 8th position. I forgot which card it was. Deal 7 cards. So shuffle over and invite the spectator to name his card, which let us say is the ace of hearts, and instantly say 8 cards down. So now we ask the spectator, what is your card? And the spectator names the cards, and then you say 8 card down, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you prepare for the pinky break, and you say 8 card. That is yours, right? Let's check this out. And is that your card? Oh no, it's not the spectator's card. At this point, I pulled a triple, which is absolutely pathetic because I need a double. So we have the double, and then we get the ace. Yeah, right. Of course, we got the ace of clubs. So it's not your card, and then you say, you know what? We place the ace of clubs onto the table. Appear disconcerted by your failure and turn the 2 cards face downwards as 1. Remove the top card, spectators, and toss it face downwards on the table. Don't worry, I'll find your card. If it takes all night. Shuffle over and running 7 cards above the top card, as in step number 3. The 9 of clubs, which is supposed by the audience to be on the table, is now 8 from the top. So we do the same thing once again. We run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. No, 7 cards. Only 7 cards. We in-jog, and then we throw over. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th card is the ace of clubs, right? That's how it's supposed to be. And you can even add here a false cut, if you please. And what is wrong with me? Now I lost the false. Man, this is so bad what I'm doing here right now. But it's so hot also. No, I still got it here. So false, cut, whatever you please. And then you check the cards, you listen to the cards, you maybe give it a ruffle, and then you go, again, I get the notion it's the 8 cards. So you deal once again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8 card, and then you look, oh, that's curious. The 8 card is the ace of clubs again. That's not possible. But what is lying then on the table? And then it's the spectator's card. Ta-da! Ta-da! So here we use the pass, just straightforward to control the card to the top, and then we use the overhand shuffle to get it in position. Would there be another option doing it? No. This, I believe, is the simplest version. I don't know. Do you guys like this trick? I think this is worth also tackling, giving it a try. And the way I perform the pass, just with the hat trick, with the dribble, I would just do it with the dribble pass. So I have it now on top, and then I would shuffle the cards, and all you got to practice then is, of course, to run the 7 cards: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in jog, undercut. Right? This is what you had to practice: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in jog, undercut. Once again: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in jog, undercut. Okay, that's what we do. And it's a very nice trick. It's a very, very nice trick. Where you can also add, as I said it before, one or another false cut. And now there comes the trick with the silk. And before I do this, I need a little break. And then there comes the double speller. And this is something again where this is something that I don't like personally, because once again you have to go through the cards, and then you have to count the names of the cards and cut them to be able then to have the spectator cut the cards. However, the beautiful thing about it is that the spectator ends up dealing the name of his card, and then it ends up face up in the deck. Yeah, so the spectator would go jack of, jack of clubs, stealing it down, and then the jack. Well, how do you say it here? When he completes the deal, his card lies face upwards on the pack, staring him into the face, You know, nice. I believe this could be very strong. I like the effect, but I don't like really the build-up of the trick or the design. Or maybe I'm just too tired. I'm just need to get a little distance here. But whenever it comes to, because I'm also not a native speaker, to counting the names of the cards or like number things, mathematical stuff, I tend to be not in my in the area where I feel comfortable. But the end effect of this trick is very nice. Altogether, all the tricks we have looked into so far are all very beautiful. I like them. I like them very much, and they are also showing quite different magical moments. With the card flying out of a hat, with a change of colors on the table, with the spectator selection face up in its position, in its name position. These are very strong effects. So if you don't go into these tricks for whatever reason, get the inspiration of these effects and the possibilities a card control gives you, a card control like the pass gives you, Just really rich, really, really rich. And now I have to make a little break, and I have to turn the music to another mode, because this is right now all dubstep, and I don't want to listen to dubstep anymore. I want to listen to some synthwave. Yeah, much better. How are you doing, guys? We got currently nine people watching. We are doing this now for 1 hour and 7 minutes. Nice 6-shooter, lol. I'm from Texas, so I'm always packing. Yeah, right. Ronald Faber is from Texas. Well, you guys, you live in a country. Man, this is blowing my mind. This is from where I come from, where I live in. It's unbelievable. Every person in the society, if you ask them, what do you think about the idea of people being allowed to carry guns, they would say that that's insane. It's in the culture. Like the idea to have a society where I actually could own a real gun like this is, for where I come from, completely mind-blowing, completely nuts. It's the greatest difference between Europe and the United States of America. The right of carrying guns, firearms. This is what I'm curious about. I would guess that the vast majority of people in Europe, throughout the political spectrum, would be on one page saying, you know, legalizing firearms is just a stupid idea. I believe so, but the vast majority, like, and by that I mean that's what my guess, like far above 80%. How is it in the United States? Is this 50-50, or what's your guess? Or even because I know it's like the somewhat amendment, and it's really important, the Constitution for Americans, for U.S. Americans, and it's in there, so you can't really touch it. Honey Badger is still here. Blindfolded pack. I'm gonna try this out now. So guys, if there are still questions specifically about the pass, feel free to ask me them now. And of course, if you want to, you can shoot your handling a little video, and then you can share it on our Discord channel, our Discord server. Link for the Discord server is in the info box. And I would take a look, or we can all take a look and then talk about it, because it's always interesting to see where is somebody standing, maybe what's the mistake, or what is the person actually doing right or much better than other people, and also if you have still questions about how to perform the pass and so on, feel free to ask. If you want to go into an in-depth session of learning the handling technique here after this live stream, I've got in the info cards and in the info box all them tutorials listed, so that all the material is there, right? Right. So Ronald Faber says, right, and the crime in Europe is way less than in the US. The numbers speak for themselves. Well, I don't know about the crime rate, but I know about the death by firearms. That's insanely high in the United States of America, isn't it? It's like statistically speaking, basically one fucking war zone. I have family in the States, in California, and I have because I come from Western Germany, and we have a very we are when it comes to the States a very positive feeling as Western Germans. So I have a lot of friends also who travel to the States, and this was always the story everybody told. They say like they are so restrictive with alcohol, but you can have basically assault rifles in your truck, you know, and it's like, dude, man, I've been driving with people in our age with assault rifles in their trucks. That's crazy. Back to magic, right? Yeah, but it's just such an interesting topic. There's also people tuning in for India, man. And for India, for example, it's like what's going on with the cows on the streets? What is going on from a German perspective? Like if there is a cow on the street, man, that this will immediately lead to a governmental crisis. They will bring everything up to get shit back to order. I love this about culture, the differences, and shows you that you can do things differently, and that your take is just one take on, and there's many other takes. Making my little cigarette break here. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help myself. I'm an addict. I'm not confident that I will manage this. By the way, I've got 2 of these beautiful silks. I bought them because I saw this Cardini routine of knotting, knotting those silks together, and then very convincingly having the audience test those knots, and then the magician would just, with a gentle shake, loose them knots. Totally blew my mind, and I said I want to add this into my repertoire because I'm always looking for something very beautiful, something very charming, something very stunning, to pimp up my card right, you know, and. But I never got there because it turned out that knotting is a science. So many things on my list. This is so insane, guys. So many things in magic. So many absolutely big. Sleight of hand, isn't that the craziest thing ever? What you can do with objects, with props. I've got a linking rings, I've got a multiplying boards, and then it's like, oh, practice. I would have to, I would need to go full time on magic to get everything down, and it still would take me 5 years probably to do all the things I want to do. But I guess I'm not alone with that problem. And I always admired the people who very early in their life kind of made a commitment to one thing, and then they just kept doing it. And but yeah, because of that, they become at a certain point absolutely outstanding in what they are doing. Right? I was never this guy. I was switching from music to writing, from writing to poetry slamming, from whatever, you know, just switching channels like a crazy dude because I was interested in so many things. And now it's magic, and it's almost. I believe 1 or 2 more years, then it's the thing I've been following, I've been studying the longest in my life. So now back to the trick. Yes, I've just brought out a tutorial on my channel, Ronald, on a basic coin production. I got a tutorial on the classic palm, and the next thing I want to do is I've been practicing the muscle pass like a crazy person, and I will do a tutorial on the muscle pass very soon. This is also one of these things. But then let me see if I can pull this off now in this position. No, it's not possible. Maybe I just I need to stand up to show you. Ah, I didn't catch it. So muscle pass is very, very cool. If you catch it, look at this, how beautiful this looks. Whenever I managed to do this in live, people were just freaking out. And I've got a very subtle performance for this. You don't see it with the camera so much. See that, how cool this looks when the coin actually kind of, you know, when the motion is reversed of the coin falling down and up. This is just like, when I first saw it, it was like, dude, I have to learn this. This is amazing. And this is so this is my little coin thing. So I just produce a coin. I say to people, look, I got an empty hand here, and I just wrap, bang, there's a coin, you know. And then I go into the gravity thing. Look, that gravity, you know, when you have this thing, and then the coin flies to the top up, and people are like, wow, the fuck, and that's it, coins, that's it, you know. Maybe I make a coin, I throw the coin in the air with the don't you see, I'm not a coin guy. Zack, it goes away. Oh, the coin is flying away. I don't know where it is, you know. And oh, maybe it comes back. Oh, this was a shame. Oh, maybe it comes back. Bang, comes the coin back. Very nice. People are satisfied. Oh, a magician. Now a deck of cards, please. You know, because this is my home base, you know. Yeah, I wanted to do it with the coin because and it's a pain in the ass. Really, I practiced this really long, and it's still some practice. I wanted to do it with the coin because I found that $50 is working perfectly in my hands, and now, you know, people are coming in here, and I go like, I thought we talk about the past, and now I'm talking about coins, but I talked about the past for quite long now, and so I said, okay, I just specialize on this. I will learn what I want to learn with coins. I will learn with $50. It works for me, just that. So, I've never looked into this trick. I have no freaking idea, and this is the last thing we do tonight, guys. A blindfolded pack, it's called. So, matter through matter has been a favorite subject for the stage illustrators. So what's this called? This is one of the basic effects in Magic. Matter through matter. Is it not? It's not teleportation. It's how is it called when one thing goes through another? Guys, help me. I'm not a native speaker, but you know what I mean. The same effect is had in this trick, employing a pack of playing cards and a borrowed handkerchief. It was a special favorite with the late Nate Leipzig. Nate Leipzig, guys. I have no idea who's Nate Leipzig. Let's look it up. Let's look Nate Leipzig up. Nate Leipzig. Nate Leipzig, magician. There's a homage, a YouTube video homage on the guy. Camera is going off. Let me go into this. Let me see what I'm doing here. Tribute to Nate Leipzig by Di Vernon. Magic tutorial on oh, slow motion coin match. See that looks very nice. Okay, I got it. Look at this. What we got here? Oh man, this is really shitty quality. Okay. This was uploaded in September 2009 out of a blue sky YouTube channel. Okay, who's this guy? And what we got here? Magnetized cane. Ah, okay. Oh, there's so much magic. Now I've got something to watch after this live stream, right? Okay, Nate Leipzig, 1873 to 1939, was one of the early pioneers of performing simple, straightforward magic with normal objects and passing on the use of fancy boxes and gadgetry. His work influenced people like Di Vernon, Roy Benson, and John Skane. He also created the Leipzig Pass. Oh, look at this! Look at this! The Leipzig Pass. We are here now. I'm here now on the Magicpedia. The Leipzig Pass, a card control invented by Nate Leipzig, in which a performer cuts off about half of the cards and has the selection replaced on the lower half of the deck, which is held in the left hand. He then uses the right hand's cards to flip the selection over face up and onto the left-hand half. In the action, flipping the card back face downward and putting the deck together, the performer secretly brings the selection card to the top. A variation created by H. Adrian Smith and popularized by Bert Elton brings the card to the second from the top. Flop over slide. And interesting stuff. Never heard about it. Leipzig is awesome. There's a trick Marlo did called Leipzig would have loved this. Man, it's damn good trick. Look it up. Bill Marlon always did that trick. Awesome. Cool. The Leipzig pass. Now I'm intrigued. Shall we test if one of our great Magic YouTube channels already did a tutorial on the Leipzig pass? Come on, I want to give it a try. Come on, we do this now. Let's find it out. I go Leipzig pass tutorial card magic. No, so we got a start on the classic pass, Herman pass, card pass tutorial for card tricks, inverse pass from Fernando Pop, the classic pass, best card control, turnover pass, free magic trick step on. Hey, we got. All right, at Marlo's Leipzig would have loved this from Cool Magic Forum. I know Cool Magic Forum. He won a contest. Okay, that's cool. This comes on my list. Very nice. Yes. So this is the Marlo tricks, right? This is the Marlo trick. I like it. I love it. I'm gonna watch this performance on Cool Magic Forum. It's from 2017. Isn't YouTube great? I love YouTube. That's amazing. That's so cool. Great shit. Amazing. Anyways, back to the card table. Back to the silk table, right? I'm having a great time right now. It's so cool. Just go and look a banana here. Okay, so preparation. Secure a small quantity of diachylon lead plaster from your druggist. Oh man, I gotta buy drugs to do that. If he does not have it in stock, he can secure it for you. Work a small pellet of the lead plaster until it is tacky and affix it to one of the buttons of your left sleeve where it is readily accessible. You will also need an opaque line handkerchief. Okay, is this kind of this wax, that sticky stuff that you get from magic shops these days? This is too much to me. So this is not an impromptu trick. This is something, if you like it, if you add it in your repertoire, you have to completely incorporate it, you know, because you got the wax here, there and stuff. And by the way, next level shit, you know, this is, and we always had it here on the Royal Road to Card Magic. They were always throwing things at us that at the point where we are, or where we're at in the book, kind of, you know, pointing into the future, pointing into, you know, this is where we're heading. So this is something. Take a shuffled pack, have a card removed and noted by all. Have it replaced in the pack and secure a left finger break above it as described under the spread and break. Glance about you and ask for the loan of a handkerchief. Make the pass, bring the chosen card to the top as you advance to accept a proffered handkerchief. If it does not appear to be opaque, say, 1 second thought, I'll use my own, and remove it from your pocket. What is opaque? Opaque. Gotta look it up. I'm so glad I learned English in school, man. I couldn't, otherwise, I don't believe there's a translation of this. Opaque. Okay. This is not opaque. This is, you can look through it. It's a handkerchief where you cannot look through. But anyways, we're going to use it because this is a tutorial, right? This is a tutorial how OTHMARIUS learns a trick. Okay. So we do the pass and the motion where the spectator gives you the handkerchief. We are working with the Jack of Clubs here, and I am doing it with my dribble pass again. So we got the Jack of Clubs on top. Hold the pack in your left hand and draw back the left sleeve a little with the right hand. grasping it at the wrist and securing the pellet of wax on the right second finger. As you do this, say, let's find a good place to do this trick. The floor is probably best. If it's not desirable to sit on the floor, move towards a nearby table. In either case, affix the wax to the back of the chosen card near the middle. So we gotta bring this wax here onto the middle of the card. Let's see. Let us say that you sit cross-legged on the floor, still holding the pack in your left hand. Show the handkerchief on both sides. Okay, I need to make a place here. So I like this all nice. It's like, let's say we're sitting here cross-legged on the floor. This is then also a trick which you have to make, which you have to work in which you have to make work for yourself, kind of in an environment setting. So you gotta know basically where you perform this, and how you improvise it when you want to do it. If you're not 100% sure about the setting you're performing in. Still, let us say you sit cross-legged, still holding pack, dab it over the pack, and in arranging it, press down on the wax through the cloth, which will make the card adhere firmly to fabric. Place the pack on the floor before you are shown figure with the handkerchief centered over the pack corner. Okay, that's the key trick here. I have it here. I place the thing over there, and then I have it stick onto the back of the card of the handkerchief thanks to the wax. Can I simulate this in any way? I don't think so. So, and then we're in this situation, and I don't know what the justification is for getting with the card under there. Now I picked up a double under the silk. That's crazy. So, and then I have to do some folding action. I never learned this. I'm already not caring, because I will probably never do this, because wax. What am I going to do with this? And here I am, stupid, dismissing something, though I never really gave it a try. So. Down the wax through the cloth, which will make the card adhere firmly to the fabric. Please place the pack on the floor before you, as shown with the handkerchief centered over the pack. Corner number 1 into that. Oh no, I have the whole deck. I have the whole deck there. That's the construction, the whole deck. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to do some folding. So fold corner number 1 over toward corner number 2. Like this. Look at this. This is magic, guys. This is how magic works. We're doing weird rituals, and we hope not to disturb the fabric of the universe, right? So this. Okay. I used to do a trick in which I was blindfolded and found the chosen card, but this became very tiring. Now I do a trick the easy way. I blindfold the pack instead. Yeah, funny line. Grasp both layers of the handkerchief at the points marked. AA. Lift the handkerchief and the card which adheres to it upwards between the thumb and middle fingers of each hand, and corners number 1 and 2 will fold downwards over the chosen card on the side away from you, concealing it from the audience. What? So, I don't know. How do we? Let's try to glue the card to the fabric. Let's give it a try. but I would be a dick to myself ruining this the other card. So I'm taking here some old bicycles, blue bicycles. My beautiful Kopaks go into the box. And then I do the oldest trick in the book. Like this. And this is the real magic now. So this is now our wax, right? This is the wax. And the shit is supposed to be like this. Like this. That's it. Okay, and this silk is invisible, and our little tape is the wax. We had at the bottom, and we took from the finger onto the card. Oh, this is complicated. And now I'm going to take it like this. Like, right, like this. Yes, I got it. It works immediately, you know? So I got it like this. And what am I going to do next? Come from the audience figure. Place the folded handkerchief on the pack as shown in figure 85.4. So now I place it like this on the pack, right? Okay, using both hands, place the thumb at BB and the fingers at CC. Oh, Jesus, man. What is this? This is so complicated. Yeah, okay. And fold the cloth over inwards toward yourself once. Replace the folded handkerchief over the pack. So now I'm folding it like this. Is this right? Replace the folded handkerchief over the pack. Draw corner number 1 from under the folded handkerchief on the side away from you. Okay. Okay. And pull them in opposite directions. The handkerchief unfolds and the card seems to melt through the fabric to appear face upwards. Okay, so now I'm here and now I'm going like... Right. Okay, that's the move. This is actually quite nice. Now this is... Just jump more. What are you doing? This is actually quite nice. Now I have to look this in reverse. I'm not going to do this, but what the effect is, and this is always the key to understand the effect, that the card melts through the fabric, face upwards. That's quite cool. That's just a nice production. I'm glad I gave this a try. Of course, the silk has got to be invisible, and you need this wax. And I believe you can buy this in a magic store. In the magic shop, and you have to figure out your performance situation, where you're gonna perform this, of course, obviously. And after practicing this a little bit, I believe you can get this a very nice effect. Now I'm satisfied with this. But you know why? Because now maybe you can combine this with this Cardini nodding thing, and Here I am also maybe thinking into the future to create a little routine with that, you know, bringing the silk, bringing a little bit of silk magic into the card ride, into my card ride. Yeah, very nice, very nice, very, very nice. So guys, we are doing this for 1 hour and 35 minutes. I had a blast of a time. Currently, we've got 8 people watching. I've discovered Leipzig and the new slide coming with it, a new pass, the Leipzig pass. Some performances and stuff, and I will update you then in the next session on what this research brought up with. I'm super excited doing this with you guys, and I'm super excited you guys are tuning in, knowing so much about the art form. And I really don't take your time for granted. So I'm really happy you kind of enjoy these sessions, and everybody who learns something here, that makes me even more happy. I've learned a lot today, and you see, of course, Getting into a trick like this, that's just the first tackle. You know, it's just like understanding what is working, going there, and then kind of, you know, making up your mind. Is this something for me? Do I want to do this or not? And so on. And yes, we have the pass here pretty much incorporated in as a control, as a straightforward control to bring the card to the top, but the slide itself is so distant, so far away from the effect itself, it doesn't have to do anything with the card handling anymore. So the magic happens kind of with the ritual of folding the things. There's a lot of other things happening, and this is kind of a time misdirection. But we also learned tricks where in the classical card tricks in a sense, but yet kind of visual magic with a card change on the table, or a card disappearing and reappearing in a position with a selection, appearing face up in a face down deck at its name, right there at its name, King of Clubs or whatever, you know, at the KINGOF CLUBS, right? Clubs. And then the spectator deals the cards down themselves, and then the card, their selection is up there. Very beautiful effects, very beautiful effects, and with the production here with the silk, or with the production with the card coming flying out of the hat. This is even material you can play much bigger than just in a close-up set. You can really entertain a bar with it, you know. And this is stuff what I like. And the very cool thing about it is that none of these tricks do necessarily rely on the pass. You can also create these effects and illusions with your standard or your basic card control techniques. Once again, further links for the tutorial series covering, it's 4 or 5 tutorials covering all the ins and outs, all the insights, all the subtleties on the classic pass, on the dribble pass, how to cover the pass by squaring up the cards, how to get the pinky in there, what's the performance situation. Links in the info cards as well as in the info box. Also for the tutorial series, No Limits of Control, covering all the basics for card control. Info cards, info box, if you want to study this stuff more. Ronald Farmer says, so glad I discovered your channel. I found the day I bought this book, so it's all so perfect. I found you the day I bought this book, so it's all so perfect. Very nice, man. So you're having the great vibes right now. You know, you're in the flow, in the groove with the universe. I love this so much. So let's set out the route here. We're going to take a look at miscellaneous flourishes, and I have to look the word up. I don't even know what it means. Miscellaneous flourishes. Then we talk about reverses, and the reverses are very important. We learned also some reverses in the previous episode. Double if double turnover. By the way, also the whole tutorial series on the on a whole Royal Road to Card Magic walkthrough tutorial series to find in the info box if you want to look into other chapters, or if you want to binge watch the show or the lecture series. And also you can check out my Patreon. I've got a very nice introduction video on my Patreon site and some explanation what I'm planning there in the future, and also the link for the Discord channel in the info box, you know. That's there. So then comes a Hindu shuffle and other controls. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I will edit 2 tutorials on bottom and top control on the Hindu shuffle. I will shoot more on the Hindu shuffle, like practice tips on how you really get this down. And there will be a tutorial series on the Cardini change, which is one of my favorite color changes. And this will also come very handy when we talk about reverses. I'm very curious about the reverses in the Royal Road to Card Magic, because the first trick in the book, the topsy-turvy cards, it's the first slide we learn, a reverse. And again, we're going to recap all we have been talking about here in today's session, because we are reached a point in the Royal Road to Card Magic where the aspect of performance is absolutely key and absolutely relevant. And then we talk about forcing. So we got flourishes, reverses, Hindu shuffle, and then the classic force. And of course, I use an opportunity to talk about forces in general. And then we got top and bottom changes. Yes, top and bottom changes. Really cool. And then we're almost done Then we're done with the toolbox. Then we're going for arrangements, tricks that need more preparation, and then we're going into routines, how to connect tricks together. This is rich start. And then in part 3, it's the last part of the Royal with the card magic. We are actually presented with the with the next mountain to climb, and that is platform tricks. So we are now climbing onto the platform. We walk from the close-up into the parlor, into the stage situation. A very exciting moment. We're just going to talk about this a little bit. Maybe we watch some of my favorites together. This is just going somewhere, and that is a couple of weeks probably. So this is wait. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more chapters. So this is 2 months, 4 weeks each. Because I'm doing this weekly, and then I want to look into expert card technique. Not a walkthrough, but selectively, and also you can give me anytime feedback, anytime saying I'm interested in this and that expert card technique, or also expert at the card table. I want to take a look into, and in Bobo's modern coin action. Now this is a lot of stuff, so this channel is still work in progress. So if you are not subscribed yet, I would love to welcome you as a new subscriber. Also hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button to get guaranteed notifications. I'm uploading present time on a high frequency every second day, and I'm doing this a live session here weekly. Maybe I will not keep it up every second day, but I'm working on this channel, and all this work in progress, and and it's gonna grow, not just only in numbers, but in the community, in the sense of studying the art of staging tricks and illusions with everyday or ordinary objects, sleight of hand based, and we are going more and more into the whole topic of performing and performances, which is great. I'm super excited about this, and I'm super excited that awesome people like you guys are tuning in and giving me your feedback, and sharing also your take on things. This is just amazing, because magic is such a rich field, such a rich art form, and there you can't know everything, and I really enjoy an open community, an open dialogue, and sharing our passion together, so that we all become better. With my main goal, with the goal this is what I'm defining here as the goal for this channel, so that we become the best magicians only we can be. I'm walking the path, and I'm sharing my experience, and I'm documenting my learning process, so that you can become the best magician only you can be. And I believe that's the goal, and that this is what will be beneficial for the whole art form, because the more unique and better, and the more unique, really good magicians out there are, the reputation of the art form rises, and this will be also beneficial for the pros out there, so we gotta give our best, we owe, man, we owe. That's just true. So thank you so much for tuning in. You got a little time to say goodbye to each other. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is just what I do. I had a blast of a time. I hope you had a blast of a time too. I'll be back with this session coming Tuesday, again, same time, 8 p.m. Berlin summertime, German summertime. That is GMT +2. And in the meantime, you rest assured that more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon. And now have a great evening or great day or whatever. Practice and practice well, and it will come to you. See you around next time. Thank you. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe.